Welcome back to the Wise Use Podcast. I'm Joe Roselle. This is the podcast built around a simple idea. Sustainability should save you money, not cost you money. Every week we explore practical ways to save money through the activities you're already doing every day, like gardening, grocery shopping, commuting to work. Because the most sustainable choices are often the ones that save you money. Today we're talking about grocery shopping, and there are two incidents lately that really got me excited about hosting this podcast. First, I remember I went to the grocery store. I'm sure this is very relatable, and all I wanted to get was eggs, milk, and cheese, and that was it. And somehow, when I left, I had over $200 worth of stuff. And what made it worse is when I got home, I realized that my freezer was full. I had no way to put anything more in my freezer. So not only do I not plan, but I'm buying stuff that I'm not eating. And both of those are the kiss of death when it comes to grocery shopping and saving money. Okay, this is kind of the myth-busting part of the episode. The most expensive things in the grocery store, what is it? Now, you asked me 6 months ago, I would have said seafood, organic products, but it's not. Really, the most expensive food is the food that you buy and you never eat. Now, this statistic to me was shocking. According to the USDA, 30 to 40% of Americans' food supply goes uneaten every year. Think about it. You go to the grocery store, you spend $100, and then you throw away $30 to $40. Now, for me, this was something I never really thought about until I started composting. And then every single week I had to do the walk of shame with my bin of food, and I realized it was a lot. And I started thinking about, well, how can I reduce this waste? Because it's not just about reducing the amount of waste that goes to the dump and helping out the environment. Really, I'm throwing away money every single week. So I started noticing the things that we weren't finishing, some of the things that we just didn't eat very well. So that was an important aha moment for me. So if you want to keep track, or if you really want to point out or see how much money you're throwing away, the best thing to do is just start composting, because it becomes entirely obvious. How do you do it? How do you avoid going to the grocery store for three things and coming home with $300 worth of Cheetos and candy and things you're never going to eat, and then opening up your freezer door and finding out you can't fit the food in there anyway? Well, one of the statistics that it continues to motivate me to look at this is, according to the National Resource Defense Council, the average American family throws away $1,500 worth of food every year. And one of the simplest ways to do that, or not to do that, I should say, is to have a plan when you go into the grocery store. So it's not a spreadsheet, it's not a complicated planning system. Just sit down and think about what you're going to eat for the week and buy the quantity that you need. My wife and I were so used to feeding for guests that come over, we often find that we were just getting way too much. Or if the grocery store only sold a certain quality, we wouldn't plan to eat that for multiple nights or for lunch. So that's something we changed. So if you do your grocery shopping on Sunday, Saturday, sit down for the week and figure out what you're going to eat, develop a plan. The other practical tip, don't go grocery shopping hungry. Okay, in addition to coming up with a plan, the other big way to save money is just to buy things that are in season. According to the USDA marketing reports and university extension studies, seasonal products can often cost 20 to 50% less than produce that's out of season. So it's really important to recognize that not only are you helping the planet with a reduced carbon footprint, but you're going to spend a lot less if you buy what's in season and locally. So my suggestion is, when you sit down and do your meal planning, just do a search of ingredients or items that are in season and are local, so that you can save money that way. Okay, let's do a quick review. As you're going into the grocery store, you're making sure you have your plan with you that looks at not only what you eat, but the quantity of how much you eat. You've already reflected in starting your garden at home, so there are certain things that you don't have to purchase, and you're making sure to buy local in order to save money. Research from shoppers' behavior shows that more than 60% of purchasing decisions are made inside the store rather than before shoppers arrive. So without a plan, you're more susceptible to buy things that you just wouldn't normally buy. Research at Cornell University also found that hungry shoppers purchase more food and are more likely to make impulse purchases. What are the impulse purchases, you say? Well, there are bad decisions like getting stuff that's more processed, like pre-cut fruit, pre-cut vegetables, prepared meals, meal kits, you're paying for the convenience. So this is a real easy way to save money, and it's really not that labor intensive. If you're creating a plan, if you're doing your meal prep in order to save money, this is a great way to cut those items out where you can save a lot of money. Consumer price comparisons routinely show that convenience items can cost anywhere from 50 to 300% more. So this is a great way to save money. Okay, let's do a quick review. If you look at all the strategies we just discussed, and they're easy, you might not want to start with a garden, but you can start using these strategies now, and you don't have to go out and buy anything. It doesn't really take a lot of effort and time. You're going to save a substantial amount of money. And you might say, well, what is substantial? Well, if you create a weekly menu, on the low end, you'll probably save about $25 a week. On the high end, $75. Buying seasonal products, you're going to save $15 to $30. Growing high-value foods at home, anywhere between $15 to $50, and avoiding the grocery store traps, $25 to $75. So you're saving about $105 to $300 a month. That adds up to about $1,200 a year on the low end and almost $4,000 a year on the high end. So this is something that's definitely worth your time to do, to change a couple of your habits in order to save what you eat. And yes, it will help the environment. You're going to reduce the waste, but you're going to see an impact to your wallet. And it's really all it's about is planning. It's about supplementing your groceries with the gardening, and it's about making sure to buy local in order to save money. Thanks again for joining us on this week's episode of Wise Juice Podcast, where we talked about how to save money at the grocery store. And I want to leave you with one question that you can ask yourself. How much of what I just bought will actually get eaten? Because that one question has the power to change how much you shop, how you cook, how you garden, ultimately how much you spend. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week on more strategies on how to save you money on the sustainable practice you can implement on your everyday life.